Do you think respect is something that should be given or should it be earned?
I think it should be given until one proves that they don't deserve respect.
Honestly, I'd say off the bat, I would say respect is just given because I like giving respect until like it reaches a point where I know that the respect isn't being reciprocated. So then it turns into being earned.
What's the difference between demanding respect and earning respect?
I feel like demanding respect is like really forceful and it's like it's harder to get it when you're demanding it.
Demanding respect is just like, wanting somebody to do it just because you say so. Earning it is more like you're doing the actions that make people want to give you respect off tops.
People go about demanding respect in a very pretentious, non-authentic way where it just comes across as like being cocky. I think earning respect just looks like being a upstanding citizen.
Is demanding respect a sign of strength or weakness?
I believe it's a sign of weakness.
Why?
Because a strong man who is worthy of respect doesn't have to demand it at all. It's going to be given to him.
I'd say strength because a lot of people like nowadays aren't really respectful. So I'd say it's a strength for me.
It depends on how you're going about it. If you're doing it in a way that's like showing that you're insecure, then no. But if you're just the way that you enter a room demands respect, then I think that's different.
Do you believe that trust should be earned or given until proven otherwise?
I think in most relationships you kind of earn the trust like by getting to know each other. And then in certain situations, you may have to earn it.
Can trust ever be restored once it's broken?
I feel like not fully, but yes.
It depends on what the person did, but most oftentimes, no.
If trust should be earned, why should respect be given?
If trust should be earned, why should respect be given?
Respect should be given because there's a million situations where you need to have people in your life that do good things. If you don't have respect for the people around you, nobody will respect you. So, and trust is like something's like if you never trust anybody, nobody will ever trust you either. So I think it's kind of like a give and a take. It's a personal journey for each person.
We're all kind of going through this similar stuff as, being in these bodies and living on this planet and stuff like that. So I feel like respect is just something that by default should be given everyone. Trust is different because trust can leave you open for being hurt. So I feel like that's why trust isn't something that you should just give to everyone.
Do you think anybody just deserves respect without earning it?
No, I don't think so.
So why do so many women think they just deserve respect without earning it?
I don't know. There's a large ongoing sense of entitlement in that area of existence. Women just want to feel entitled to everything. I mean, a lot of women do deserve to be treated, with respect, but to just off the top respect them flat out is like, that's two different things.
I think there are levels to respect that people do have to earn. Like, you can't become like a police officer or like the president unless you have certain credentials that give you that respect to have that title.
Why do women think that chivalry is just about basic mutual respect as opposed to a one-way servitude towards women?
I think it's because it's how women are brought up and what they're taught, how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man.
I don't know. I think women confuse respect, just like basic respect, with not being chivalrous. But I don't know. It's just something that's not really required anymore.
Chivalry is just a term we use when we're talking about men doing the gentleman thing for a woman, opening the door, pulling out their chair when they sit down, paying for dinner, all that type of things. Like basically proving that you're a provider and you can take care of her. Like that's kind of like a natural essence of a gentleman, and that's why it's people like when they say chivalry, they think of a gentleman doing that for a woman. But I feel like it could be done both ways. It's just if the woman is willing to do that, on her own, like just say, hey, let me get that for you or whatever.
If chivalry is just about being polite, wouldn't it be polite for women to do all those same things for men?
It would be, but I think it's more about than just being polite. I think it's about asserting your dominance and asserting dominance. It sounds so weird to say it like that. I think it's just, I don't know if it's about being polite or if it's just about that's just what men are supposed to do. I don't know.
Do you believe it's a man's duty to respect a woman regardless of how she treats him in return?
No, I think if somebody is disrespectful to you, you just don't deal with them, no matter what. Even if they're a woman that you're into, if they're treating you badly with disrespect, don't return disrespect, just don't deal with them.
No, I think that you should stand your ground because I think even if you feel uncomfortable, that woman's going to respect you if you stand your ground anyways.
What does the behavior of approaching a woman respectfully look like?
I feel like it goes both ways with a man and a woman. Just like not being weird or uncomfortable, making things uncomfortable.
Calm, cool, collected. Don't say anything that's considered disrespectful, like maybe calling them baby when you don't know them or something like that.
Does a man have to risk being offensive in order to shoot his shot?
Yes.
Risk being offensive? I mean, it just depends on person to person. I'm sure there are things that could happen to me that wouldn't offend me, but could happen to someone else that could offend them.
I would prefer for you not to say something to make me mad in order to shoot your shot. I mean, I usually don't really shoot my shot at a person, so if I do it, it's because I'm doing it in the most respectful, sweet way possible.
Is it fair to put men in this position and then shame them when it goes wrong?
No.
I'm just meeting you right now. How could I ever possibly know what offends you? I just gotta give the chance to speak with you and see from there.
How good looking does a man need to be in order to get away with being offensive?
I hate this because it's happened to me. Like, they're really handsome, so you let them get away with murder and stuff like that. But you shouldn't let them just because they're handsome. But handsome men have tons of leeway. They get away with a lot.
Pretty privilege. I feel like I've seen a lot of people talk about pretty privilege, but handsome privilege is a real thing. I do believe I have a little bit of that, and I know I can. What it is you don't get offensive with the woman, right? But honesty is sometimes really offensive to women. So when you're just being an honest guy, that can, rub them, in an offensive way. But you could get away with that if you got some handsomeness to you, for sure.
How is a man supposed to know what offends a woman, and why should he care when the outcome is uncertain?
I feel like we all generally know that if you wouldn't say it to your mama, don't say it to her.
Would you say it to your mother? That's the answer. Like, would you say that to your mom? You know what I mean? Like, you can't be asking questions that you would not ask your mom. Like, that's what it comes down to.
But is a man trying to date his mom?
That's not the point. It's like, you're respectful to your mom. You should be respectful to all women. Doesn't matter. You're obviously not going to tell your mom you have a fat ass, but that's the point. Like, you're not going to come to a girl on the street and be like, hey, you got a fat ass. We don't want to hear that.
Why do women often complain about men being disrespectful when the things that offend them are totally up to her discretion and can be polar opposites?
It's just case by case basis. Like, I'm sure like some women would be offended by something, whereas another one wouldn't. You just kind of have to put yourself up in that position to be offensive to someone, I guess.
Rather than complain, why don't women step up and set the example? Like, why don't women start approaching men rather than complain about how men approach them?
I mean, it depends on your boldness level. I'm not really the type of woman that's bold, so I can't really speak for other women.
As a woman, you get this slight celebrity status everywhere you go because everyone wants to look at you. Everyone wants to see you and do certain things to you. So they get kind of an air about them. I was like, okay, this is how I would like to be approached, and this is not the way I'm being approached. And they're projecting that approach to themselves. They're attracting it to themselves even if they don't like it. So it's like they have to be able to accept the fact that if I dress like a whore, I'm going to be treated like a whore. If I dress modestly, I'll probably be treated modestly. And not a lot of them get that.
What would you say to nice guys who would say that they never want to be dominant in a relationship out of respect for the woman?
I respect them for that. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then period.
I'd say that you need to get out of your cuck truck, bro. Like, come on, man.
I'm the leader, and if you will allow me to lead you, you will be my companion. But, if you want to be just because you want to be nice and it's out of respect, like, that chick's not going to respect you too long, bro, when you making her wear the pants.
Does a man typically have to be macho to be respected?
No. But I feel like now, kind of, yeah.
I don't think men have to be macho to be respected. I think that's just like our TV screens make us think that kind of stuff. But I think the most stoic men that are silent but also like reserved are the most masculine to me.
I think that's a misconception. I think that's the difference between a masculine man and an alpha male. I feel like an alpha male is always chest up in the front, trying to be the hero, screaming, telling everybody the orders. But I feel like a real masculine man is just like, waiting for them to be done screaming, and then we actually gonna get the job done. So I don't think you got to be all macho to be a masculine man. I feel like the macho just comes from that idea of being an alpha male, like a hero or something.
Doesn't that place the man into a category where he's supposed to take abuse to be a man?
Ooh, that's hard. No one's supposed to take abuse to be anybody, but I think people have that mixed up. Yeah, people have that really mixed up. Just because you're a man doesn't mean that you're supposed to take anything from anyone. In fact, I feel like a real man wouldn't.
In a way, it puts men in a category to be the protector, the fighter, the thing that holds down the fort. Like if something's going down in the house, I'm gonna go get up. She gonna go cuddle the babies while I go take care of an intruder or something like that. But that's what your job is as a man. So it's not like, oh, we got put in this place to take a bunch of pain, because women take a bunch of pain. They bear our children. So it's like it's pain all around. We all getting pain, but as far as getting physical and protecting something, that's meant for the men.
What's the difference between being masculine and just acting like an adult?
That's pretty much the same thing. Being an adult and the responsibilities of being masculine are almost the same. I think the difference is, that's a tricky one, man. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't think there is a difference. I think an adult, if we're going to say, taking care of your bills, taking care of your responsibilities is masculine, then everybody should be masculine.
So what's the difference between being feminine and acting like a child?
Well, I think, that's good. So I think being feminine and acting like a child, femininity to me is just being like, soft, not soft. Yeah, I guess soft. You're not supposed to act like a 5-year-old. That's not femininity to me. It's just having class and grace and elegance and being a lady to me.
Because a true feminine woman isn't childish. You know what I'm saying? And that's a major thing to realize, is that a real woman that's in her feminine energy isn't exactly childish. She's more motherly than childish.
So do women want partnerships or daddy-daughter relationships?
They want sugar daddies, dang it. Why would I work if I can be pretty?
Does a woman have to be feminine to be respected?
No.
Can a woman be prissy or a tomboy and still be respected?
Yes.
So who's more held to a standard, men or women?
Both of us, all of us are held to a standard, which sucks. And it probably is because this is not the natural way of living, like in cities and stuff, with going to work. And it's probably just a byproduct of all of that stuff that we do that is so unnatural to our own selves that it's caused us to have an unnatural rift within men and women as well.
Should our respect for people be based on their humanity or their behavior?
Based on their behavior.
Would you agree that it should be based on their humanity until their behavior proves otherwise?
We're all human, so if that would be the case, then everybody would have all sorts of perfect respect. We'd be living in a perfect world. But everybody has behavior, so it's like if you have horrible habits and horrible behaviors, you're going to be treated horribly. If you have good habits and good behaviors, you'll be treated well.
So why do so many people think they just deserve respect based on their identity regardless of their behavior?
People have that mixed up as well. People don't understand that while you have respect living as this base person, this base human beings on this planet, you deserve respect, right? But if you're doing something that's just shameful, we should shame and not respect what you're doing. We can separate actions from people, I guess.
So isn't respect something that's earned?
It's something that is given and returned. If I give you respect, you're going to give me respect. And if you don't give me back respect, then you're not going to get back respect. It's something that, it's like a leap of faith. You've got to give respect to get respect.
Is there a difference between not respecting somebody versus disrespecting somebody?
Yeah, if I don't respect you, I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to passively be like, okay, I don't like this guy. I see what he does. I'm not a big fan. And if he comes over to talk to me, I'm going to be like, look, man, go away. I don't like you. This is why I don't like you. I don't have that kind of respect for you. Disrespecting someone is like, I see you. Now I'm going to go and mess with you. I'm going to bully you. And I'm going to make sure you know how much I don't fucking like you every time I see you. That's being disrespectful.
Disrespecting somebody by, calling them outside of their name or stealing from them and stuff like that, yeah.
Isn't one passive and neutral while the other is hateful?
Yes.
So isn't disrespect also something that's earned?
Yes. Yes, it is.